Hi everybody, I am Jert Ross, a GeneaVlogger, and on today's vlog I will be talking about how I use the paper trail to further confirm a hypothesis I'd come up with in my genetic genealogy research. About a month ago, I put out my 20th vlog where I talked about my genealogy research into my family from Kiev and how DNA was taking a role in that research. It had all started when I found a match between my mom and a woman who we'll call MN with a 50 centimorgan longest shared stretch of DNA. When I looked at MN's tree, there were a few commonalities between my Casino branch and her Kazinovich branch, which led me to investigate further. Then after testing my grandmother, we found she had an even stronger match to MN, further confirming this possible connection. Now, I was able to connect with Evan Wolfson, who was a confirmed relative of MN, and he had been handling a lot of the genetic genealogy going on in that side of the family. And after Evan and I corresponded for a while, we came up with the hypothesis that my second great-grandfather, Harris Casino, and Evan's second great-grandfather, Isaac Casson, were cousins. Along with the DNA, something that further confirmed this in my mind was the fact that the pictures we had of the families showed a striking resemblance between a few members who would have been relatives if this hypothesis is correct. It was a little hard to tell because both pictures are fairly degraded with time and somewhat blurry, but even from a little bit you can see, it seems to be a very striking resemblance. Now, to actually confirm this using the paper trail, we needed to look at a lot of the bare genealogical facts about Isaac and about Harris. For Harris, we know that he was born about 1854. From Harris's death certificate, we know that his parents were named Barney and Ides. Knowing that Harris came from Kiev, it's more than likely that his father's name wasn't Barney, but something very similar to that. From Harris's grave, it shows that his father's name was Dove Bear. Now, this matches up with his name being Barney because Dove Bear is a common compounded Hebrew name, and Bear is a Hebrew name that could easily be anglicized to Barney. For Isaac Hassan, Evan knew that his parents' names were Pincus and Simei. For his birth year, it seems to be sometime in the 1850s, so we know Harris and Isaac were about the same age. Based on the hypothesis that Isaac and Harris were cousins, we would then expect Barney and Pincus to be brothers. Now, the next step in this was to find documentation which could show these families connected back in Kiev. Now, thanks to Alex Krakowski and his project where he's going around and digitizing as much as he can to put on the internet for free, we were able to find a document which seems to confirm our hypothesis. Now, this document I'm talking about is the 1858 revision list. Now, for anyone who's not familiar with what a revision list is, it's very similar to a census, but it isn't exactly the same. Similar to a census, a revision list will show all of the families in an area, the ages of the families, sometimes it'll say their occupation, but the cool thing about a revision list is it gives information from the last time they collected information. Now, Evan really took the lead on this research. He worked with a translator where they went through different documents that Alex Krakowski had uploaded and searched for the Kazinovich family. And in the 1858 revision list, they were able to find the Kazinovich family. So what they found was family number 66 in the town of Fastiv. There was a Mordko Kazinovich, who was the son of Itzko. But what was more interesting about the household was Mordko had two brothers in the house, Burko and Pincus. Burko is a very common Cyrillic name used for the Hebrew name Dove Bear. So this definitely matches up. But even further, Burko's wife was a woman named Ides. Pincus's wife was a woman named Simei. Burko and Ides also had a son named Gershko. Now, Gershko is actually a form of Hirsch, which is a form of Harris. So this is all matching up. And Pincus and Simi have a son, Itzko, who was born in 1854. Now, this is huge because this shows us everything that we are looking for in something to confirm the match. We have the Kazinovich name, which is what we assume Casino originally was. We have a name matching what we would expect for a version of Harris. We have the proper names matching for Harris's parents, birth date matching up. We have Pincus and Simi, the parents of Isaac. We have him listed with the name Itzko and the age also matching up. So all of this matches up with what we thought. Now, does this confirm everything 100%? Not exactly. Now, the likelihood of this all being correct is very high because it is all matching up. Now, there's a lot more we can do to further confirm this hypothesis, both using DNA and the paper trail. Now, one of the things I'm really hoping to do is, as Alex Rakowski keeps putting up more documentation, I'm hoping to trace the tree forward with other lines of the family that we're finding through these revision lists and seeing if I can find living relatives. If I'm able to find living relatives from another branch of the Kazinovich tree, get them to do DNA testing, and it matches with both my side and Evan's side, this should confirm our hypothesis. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed, please be sure to give it the thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe, which is free, you can click right about here. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at GeneaVlogger. I'm the GeneaVlogger. I'm out.